The OKC Thunder are easily one of the biggest winners of free agency. They didn't sign or trade for any big name players, but they acquired some high quality role players that not only complement the developing young core on the team, but help to fix some of the Thunder's weaknesses. The playoffs are all about taking advantage of your opponent's weaknesses, and despite having a great 57-win regular season, the Mavericks were able to exploit the Thunder's weaknesses in the second round. Well, in the offseason, Sam Presti did a great job at making some smart pickups to address these needs. A big reason they lost to the Mavs was their inability to rebound. The Thunder simply lacked size, and Chet Holmgren really struggled on the glass due to a lack of strength. The Thunder fixed this issue by signing Isaiah Hartenstein, who was one of the better starting centers in the league last year. The Thunder also lost that series because they got cold from deep. So Sam Presti geniusly replaced one of the worst shooters on the team in Josh Giddey with a player in Alex Caruso who shot 41% from the outside last year. The Thunder also brought back two key role players, Wiggins and Isaiah Joe, on reasonable deals. With the additions they made and the potential growth of their key young players, this Thunder team could very easily win the championship next season. First, let's look at how Isaiah Hartenstein makes the Thunder better. Hartenstein has been a backup center for most of his career, but last year he became a valuable starter for the Knicks after they lost Mitchell Robinson due to injury. He was a monster on the glass for the Knicks last season, even having 2 games where he managed to grab 20 rebounds. He was one of the best defensive centers as well, regularly blocking and altering the shots of driving players that challenged him. Not only does Ihart improve the Thunder's rebounding, but he's also going to bring their defense, which already ranked 4th in the NBA last season, to an even higher level. This also makes the Thunder incredibly versatile, allowing them to match up with different styles of play in the playoffs. They can opt to go small and play 5 out with Chet at the 5, or they can go big and move Chet to the 4 and start Ihart at the 5. Teams are going to have a really hard time scoring in the paint against the Thunder when they have both Ihart and Chet on the floor at the same time. Not only does Ihart boost their defense and rebounding, he's also going to add to what OKC can do offensively. Ihart is one of the best passing centers in the league, having a great eye for finding players cutting backdoor. He's also very good in the 2-man game, and unlike most big men, he isn't just a catch and finish guy. He could put the ball on the deck from the perimeter, get all the way to the rim, and finish. And if he can't get all the way to the rim, he's got a really nice push shot. The pick and roll between SGA and Ihart will be deadly next season. So not only does Ihart help to address a big weakness on this Thunder team, but he's also going to help to diversify their offense. Another big move the Thunder made was trading Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso. Giddey is a good young player, but he simply wasn't a great fit with the Thunder's young core going forward. He also shot just 33% from deep last year, so his inability to shoot really hurt the Thunder's spacing. This is a big reason his minutes declined in the playoffs. With Alex Caruso, they get a proven veteran who's an NBA champion with the 2020 Lakers. Caruso's hot shooting from deep makes him a much better complement to the Thunder than Giddey. He's also one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, and with Caruso in the lineup, the Thunder's defense is going to be absolutely suffocating. Between Caruso, Cason Wallace, and Lou Dort, the Thunder have 3 lockdown defenders to put on your team's best player, and even if they get by them, Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein are waiting for them in the paint. There's a strong argument to be made that OKC should be the best defensive team in the league next season. With these free agency signings, the Thunder are really betting on their young core taking that next step. They could have gone the route of trading for a star, but it looks like they're going to wait for their young players to blossom. SGA is already there. He's established himself as a legit superstar this season, finishing right behind Nikola Jokic in MVP voting. And not only did SGA have a great regular season, for the first time, we saw SGA dominate in the postseason, averaging 30 points per game in the playoffs. But for OKC to get to that next level, Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren need to take a major step forward. To Jalen Williams' credit, he had a massive leap in his sophomore season, becoming a great 3-level scorer. Not only does he have the athleticism to be a great finisher when driving to the rim, but last season, he developed the ability to shoot off the bounce at a high percentage. Williams was also one of the NBA's most devastating clutch performers, leading the Thunder in fourth quarter scoring. He's well on his way to NBA stardom, but it's worth mentioning that he underachieved in the Thunder's second round exit to the Mavericks, where his scoring and efficiency both dropped significantly in the series. He averaged just 17 a game on 42% shooting in the series, and in pivotal games like in Game 5, he came up way short. For OKC to take that next step, not only must Jalen Williams keep improving, but he must deliver in the big moments in the playoffs. Let's also talk about Chet. After missing his rookie season with a foot injury, Chet's first year in the league was outstanding. Not only was he one of the best defensive centers in the game, but he brings an offensive skill set few other 7-footers have, with the ability to shoot, dribble, and pass the ball well. But while Chet is way ahead of schedule, he needs to keep improving, and in the Thunder's second round defeat to the Mavericks, he also came up way short. His shooting from deep got cold, and he just simply isn't a viable one-on-one scorer yet. At this point of his career, most of his baskets are assisted. I would really like to see Chet develop a mid-range game. If he was to hone in on his mid-range game, he could become a deadly scorer because at 7'1", he should be able to just shoot over the top of defenders easily. The perfect player for him to model his game after is Kristaps Porzingis. 2 rounds after the Mavericks lost to the Thunder, they got torched by KP in the finals. At 7'3", KP is a dominant post player, able to catch the entry pass, raise up, and shoot over smaller defenders. Chet has a very similar frame to KP, so if he gets in the lab and works on his game, he could dominate in a similar way. Overall, OKC had a slam dunk of an offseason, but for this team to go from regular season juggernaut to NBA champions, Jalen and Chet need to become all-star level players. But now I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of the moves OKC made this offseason? Do you think they could win the title next season? Let me see your thoughts down below in the comment section. Guys, I'm going to continue to talk about the Thunder as well as other teams all off season long. So if that sounds like something that would interest you, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching and have an amazing rest of your day.